releases Spyce review. Following in the footsteps of Western cartoons such as Kim Possible and Totally Spice, Release Spice follows a group of high school girls who operate as secret agents as they work to take down an evil organization that is trying to take over the world. Our main protagonist is Momo Minamoto, a girl who aspires to be like her police officer father, who tragically died before the beginning of the series, and helped protect her hometown of Sorosaki and the people that she loves. However, she lacks the self-confidence to take the first steps towards the goal. That changes when she befriends two of her classmates, Mei Yachiyo and Koi Ishikawa, and runs into them who she gets involved in an incident where a police officer friend, Ayumu, gets captured by a group of thugs in a port area of town, trying to provide a distraction to allow Ayumu to escape. Momo puts herself in danger and gets caught herself, only to be rescued by a group of girls in strange uniforms, which happens to include her two new friends. Identifying themselves as Sukikake, a group of spies who were trying to protect Sorosaki from the evil organization Morio and the other crime syndicates that plagued the town. The girl recruits Momo into the group, where they have scouted out for their incredibly fine senses, as well as their ability to gauge a person's feelings by licking them on all things. Placed under the tutelage of the group's leader, Yuki Hansamon, Momo has now learned the girl's skills of being a spy as the girls take on a variety of dangerous missions, all the while covering Morio's plot for world domination. If you're someone who enjoys a good espionage show, then you're in for a treat, as this series is a fun and quirky take on the genre, who also puts a familiar cute girls doing cute things spin on things. The praise might make you think the series takes a light approach. It's definitely not as cutesy as you first expect, with plenty of danger, explosions, and high-impact actions sequences along the way. For the standout opening sequence to the big finale, the show exudes that core sense of style and pathos that you expect from a spy show, as you see the girls sneaking into enemy bases, taking out robots and evil masterminds in hand-to-hand combat, and blowing stuff up. In terms of execution, this show knows exactly what we should be doing. That said, it's not as hardcore as, say, a James Bond movie, and while things get shaky at times, you never feel like the stakes are completely at the charts or the girls have no hope of winning. As a result, the progression of the story and certain plot points are rather predictable. It is easy to work out who the bad guys are and what they are after. The core gimmick of the series is also a bit questionable, as the girls can power themselves out of taking a drug called Spyce, giving them superhuman abilities such as increased strength and agility. But it helps to show how these schoolgirls can take on these dangerous missions, and I like the fact that the drugs effectiveness ties into the when a girl is forced to retire. I'm not sure having schoolgirls take drugs that could be equated to some real-life substances is a great look. The spy missions can feel a bit repetitive, too, as well as each one generally falls into a pattern of the girls inflating an enemy base to get some data, then Momo messing something up, so they have to fight their way out. However, this never feels like it matters so much, as it does a great job of using the missions to drive its character development, as the character they are really the heart and soul of the show. As of course, it's about Momo working to better herself and gain the confidence she needs, as we see her preserve and learn from her mistakes, and in a very Star Wars-ish fashion, eventually becoming a better spy than her mentor. It's not just about Momo joined as the other 5 girls in Sokikake, leader and swordmaster Yuki Hansamon, weapons and gadget expert Hatsumi Aoba, street performer and intelligence expert Mei Yachiyo, physical powerhouse Joey Ishikawa, and the cute by ninja-like Fu Sagami. Each get plenty of development and screen times as we gradually learn about their past and relationships. It's also great at building a sense of camaraderie among the team, and it uses the master and apprentice system that Sukikake had a great effect, offering different perspectives on the relationship between each pair, from respect to adoration to friendship. Looking at the villains certainly doesn't feel like they're being given the same level of treatment, or at least they aren't given as much depth as our main cast. Teresia gets reasonably built up, but still ends being reduced to one of the main villain's luckies at the end. Byako gets sidelined as a bit of comic relief mascot type character, with hulking Dote is painfully under-utilized, and even with the main villain who doesn't really know that much about them. Despite their nefarious scheme, I just think that Morio's side could have been used for more effectively in driving the main conflict. I would have to love to get more into their heads and discover what they want to take over the world, not just the show. Animation is handled by Lay Dudes, and in general looks great. As I mentioned previously, they have completely nailed the spy fiction aesthetic, with the occasional ninja-inspired design choice here and there too, like with the girls' uniform and combat styles. The secret base and some scenes where they hover around the tops of buildings. Action scenes are well choreographed, particularly when they get one-on-one sword duels, are genuinely fun to watch, particularly when the gang gets into the tight spot and they start blowing things up. A lot of this show is about style and spectacle, and they carried it off with a plum. Pacing is also good. Its downtime is kept to a minimum, with the story flowing quite naturally as the girls slowly uncover the truth behind Morio's evil plot. The soundtrack to the series is composed by Raihei Sataka, who provided some really punchy themes to lay over the action. The more incidental music is also nice, but it's definitely the big set pieces that really stand and scream. This is a spy show. The opening theme is Panto Spice and Spice. Spice. It's insanely catchy and will either have you singing along or cursing it, depending if you like it or not. The ending meanwhile, Hide and Seek is a charming little song that bookends each episode. Both are performed by the show's voice cast and created as Sokikake. The voice cast itself is good across both languages, with the voice actors that rolls well. Both Aya Ushida and Kirifisan Davis take a colorful approach to the battle card and Yuki, while Yukari Hansai and Joey Simmons get across Momo's youth and naivety with a more girlish tone. Release the Spyce is brought to us via MVM and a collector's edition Blu-ray set. The disc contains all 12 episodes of the series in both Japanese and English subtitles and an English dub, with on disc extras including the Tokunen recap segments, next episode previews, clean opening and ending animations, promotional trailer for the series, trailers for the other Sentai Filmworks releases. Physical extras include 104-page booklet and 6 two-sided art cards. Overall, Release the Spyce is a highly enjoyable Spine-Witch romp that excels at the core spy fiction, aesthetic and bombastic execution, while focusing on the growth of each of the main characters as they bond together to overcome their weaknesses. While I think it could have gone a little deeper into the motivations of the villains and the layout of the story builder wasn't so predictable, at the end of the day, it's just a bit fun about cute girls doing spy activities, and that's exactly my type of show. 7 out of 10.